Why does that work?
We did it, Joe.
I tried that already. In classic Kelly and Kelly fashion. So we're not multicasting to YouTube. I put the stream key in. I had already done that once, but we're running now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can continue.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, let's see if people join now. Hey, we're here.
We made
it. So, just to fill those people who will see the recording of this in, I guess, because there's nobody watching right now at the moment. Yeah, we were supposed to start 20 minutes ago, but everything said it was good, and Twitch said that we were live, but then everyone else said that we're offline. Oh, and there's Laurent. Okay, and David. There we go. We have some people coming in now. Let me see.
Took some work, but we made it.
It's still saying 0 viewers. Let me.
I see 16.
Dashboard. You see 16? Okay.
Yeah.
Just refreshing my. There we go. Okay. Kelly, do you mind sending out one last? Okay, yeah, we finally made it.
I did. I said, okay, now we're live.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's funny. So everything that I see still says 0 viewers. So the mystery, the viewer count's going to be a mystery to me. But
oh, good.
Twitch is just scraping by today. Twitch or Streamlabs. I don't know what's going on.
Something's not going so great.
Wait, let me tell the hold on, let me tell Steve before he logs me out.
Hey, wait, we got
do anything. It's working now. Okay, cool. Well, how about we get started, Kelly?
Let's do this.
It's only okay. 2:23. We still got some time here.
We have time. We can decide what today's gonna look like. It's cool.
Yeah, and I know you said you had it.
I have a 3 p.m. technically, but I have multiple people on the team who can attend that call instead of me. It's called delegation.
Delegation, New Year's delegations. Stream priority 1. When the stream's actually working, it's priority.
Exactly. Exactly.
I am seeing the chat. I want to make sure that I'm seeing everyone in the chat. So the last message that I have is Voracious Dev. Is that what you see?
That's what I see. Hey, glad you made it.
So
we're glad we made it too.
Oh, and my viewer count is working.
All right, got 28
there. So I want to say hello, David. Hello, Laurent. Happy. So Laurent messaged me on Slack and said, "Hey, you should really have a countdown screen or like a preamble screen." And I was just like, "I'm trying to." Oh, hello, Mark. Mark is we're going to be talking about something that Marc Cornier has been working on today.
Yes.
I want to share about it. Little thing called Theme Check. I shared it with you.
Yeah.
Something that we need to really pump up. I think this is huge. I'm so excited to see this out and the capabilities that it can, or the potential, and already what it can do, but the potential of what it can do too.
Do you want to also talk about what our plans are for the stream moving forward, instead of basing it around like specific topics?
I was doing a little teaser there, but what we're going to talk about. But so what we talked about how we want to approach this stream. Ultimately, I'd say we were having trouble figuring out like, what should, like, if we spend an hour talking about this topic, what should we talk about ahead of time? And I think we both like the idea of just being able to approach this as, hey, we want to spend an hour a week building out themes, building out online more than themes, building out an online store experience on Shopify, and anything goes. So that's what we're gonna do. And it gives us the freedom. It gives you guys the freedom to come here, ask any questions you want, really steer the direction of what we might be working on. It gives us the freedom to just arrive and be, okay, so like, what do we got to do to make this store that we want to make better working? So that's the start of it. And I'd say that maybe the next part is, what are we working on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we talked about this. I mentioned this project, or we've been working on this repo for a month or so now, and it's been the subject of just some PRs that we've opened. And that repo that I'm talking about is shopifypoints.com. Wait, let me share my screen so we can. There we go. Okay, there.
Do we have
So
the
we've been
domain
working
for
out of this
this?
repo. Sorry,
Never mind.
I can
just
post a link for it.
I got it.
You got it. I gotta get my
Boom.
preview in the right.
Turns out
Nice.
.com is .com, not .om. So.
Oh, right.
Small
Okay.
details.
And there, I posted the repo as well.
Cool.
So what we want to do is build this online store experience out in the public, and that experience is around this idea of shopifypoints.com. We want to have a point system for the community, for you guys that are watching. What I was able to find, first of all, is that Twitch has a really cool Twitch channel points. So there's a channel points, guys.
The question was like store credit, like, yeah, in a sense, yes.
Yeah, we want to get there. So this idea of like what Twitch already has set up, and I'm going to say this is one way that you're going to be able to get Shopee points, is that Twitch channel points reward viewers for participating in the Twitch. So you get points just for watching the stream. You get more points for repeat watches, like voting on polls, which I will promise to start a poll at some, like I know how to do that now. So we'll have polls and we'll have more interactivity. All is to say, it's going to be one way of accumulating these points, which we're going to turn into Shopee points. So what we want to do is, so we're going to be working with the Twitch API to be able to pull the viewers of our channel and their points that they have into our online store. We're going to have to figure out a way to use that information and use the reward redeem feature on Twitch as well to translate that to like a discount code or something. Like how do we translate channel points, Twitch channel points, Shopee points into stuff that you can get, stuff that you can I don't want to say purchase, but
redeem.
that you can redeem on shopifypoints.com. And Kelly, I might ask you, so like what types of things should we have on shopifypoints.com? Because you've got a store too.
I do. So
what's your most popular merch? What's your
most popular merch is man, it's downstairs. I have a few things that I sell that are very popular. Mouse pads for one thing. I was not expecting mouse pads to be so popular, but they are. So I have Git cheat sheets and regex cheat sheet mouse pads, and people really like them. I have 2 of them downstairs.
So like a liquid or like a theme development cheat sheet?
Yeah.
That would
that's
be
a great idea.
Yeah.
Mugs are really popular. So one of my best sellers is the Git log mug, which is a really sad story of me struggling on a project in the form of a Git log. It contains a lot of things like please work and help and a lot of cursing, you know, the usual development process. Turns out that
so maybe like a theme check or like a theme linter mug, or I'm just playing off of your most popular items. Let's make this
Git cheat sheet. Why is Streamlabs?
Oh yeah, I'm not going to change that right now. Spamming symbols. Oh, that's okay.
Frunkad, you did not do anything wrong. Streamlabs is being a little bitter today. Please share all of the emojis.
We'll just go against Streamlabs for today.
Yeah. But you could you can do like a liquid cheat sheet mug as well. So that could be an option. We can make a bunch of Shopify jokes somehow. Oh, yeah. Let's do a sections everywhere joke.
I knew it before you said it.
We can make a coffee mug that says, by the time this mug is empty, sections everywhere will be released.
Yeah, okay, we'll keep that one low key. I'll have to hide some of those. We'll have to secret URL for some of those.
I just put them on my own store. Just steal the idea.
Okay, so we'll have things that you'll be able to redeem Shopee points for. We have to set the price. I don't know how many point we'll talk about that and yeah, we'll figure that out. Also, so we want to I do have the page structure. So we're gonna have the online store portion of it that you're redeeming points. You have a leaderboard, so people can also accumulate their points, especially once we start getting multiple sources for points, not just the Twitch channel, but I'd really like to use any other APIs that kind of revolve around the Shopify community.
Any kind of like loyalty program, like Loyalty Line or something, we can utilize their API.
And have a leaderboard of sorts.
Yeah.
And there was something. Oh, and then it's a hub for this stream as well. So it will post the episodes or the past streams. We can provide all the useful information. I really like how Jason's stream, Jason, Learn with Jason. I really like how he posts transcripts of the streams. Like I think there's some post-production stuff that we can do. Anyway, so making the stream accessible there. And a lot of that additional functionality that we're talking about, like communicating with Twitch, is going to happen inside an app.
Yep.
And we're going to be, so we will be building out a custom app for this store, probably using App Proxy, probably using Metafields API, I imagine, because that's going to be, we'll just store everything in Metafields. It's a great way to kind of transfer data from an app to an online store.
Going to claim now, I want to build a Node app with Koa. And we can...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to have some like middleware functionality, like making sure that we keep a points balance. So depending on what that looks like, I mean, we could really just drive it through Loyalty Line in that case. I mean, Loyalty Line was one of many rewards options, but that would automatically deduct points for us. So we would have that available. But then if we do a leaderboard, we probably don't want to use the actual usernames of people. So we could use something like Helium's custom fields app to add some additional, like add a username that gets added as a meta field and use that as the identity for each person.
Okay. And is that linking to like the customer's account?
Yes.
Yes.
So
okay.
we set that
was
username at registration.
That was another part that like we'll have to have people be able to log in to our store and then link their Twitch account, so that so that we know that these points belong to you when you get to the checkout.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll have some. I mean, I was just gonna say we'll have to talk about that, but we'll have to talk about that on the stream, because the whole point of this is that like everything that we're working on here is going to be live streamed. We're really gonna try not to do work on the side or research on the side, and hopefully by committing to once a week, that's okay. Another big announcement. We're going to be starting this once a week, that we get some progress done. And no guarantees to how polished things will. I mean, it's going to take some time. And
we do have really full-time jobs.
Yeah. And maybe there'll be some PR cleanups off. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? I want to know what you guys want to see.
So while we're if you do have some ideas, definitely drop them in the chat. While we're there, we have some questions. So Frunkad asked, would it require multipass? This is not going to be a Shopify Plus store, so we won't have access to multipass. I assume you're not pulling, secret Shopify Plus things.
I'm not aware of multipass. Can you describe what multipass?
Yeah. So multipass is a Shopify Plus feature where it allows you to log in with a third-party system. So let's say you have a full user system, like a forum, for example, and you want to add a store. You already have all the logins set up on the forum. So you basically use multipass to log in on the forum. It sends the data back to Shopify, creates a customer record if one doesn't exist using their email address. And then they never have to set like a password on Shopify. They always use their forum login.
Wow. I need to dig into that.
You do need to dig into it. It's we're using it for a project right now, and it's a lot. But it's a really powerful feature.
Does it run off of Shopify account, like the accounts.shopify.com, or we call it identity?
Yeah. So it has a unique login URL. So it'd be like website.com/account/login/multipass. And that's what's used to actually pass back through to Shopify.
Okay. I mean, Maybe I don't. So I'm gonna leave that one up to you. Like if that
We
makes
need
sense for
to.
Twitch.
We would need to be on Shopify Plus in order to be able to use it. So
Okay. Well, I mean, I can make that happen, but
you can make that happen. But I mean, I feel
it's
like we
not
should
as
do something that's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, it's not accessible. Not everyone watching is on Shopify Plus. I don't want to force you guys to get the top tier subscription just to follow along with it. No.
If you are, let me know so I can refer you first and then get the nice little affiliate bonus. Thank you. I am adding the link to the multipass documentation if you're curious to kind of parse through it and see exactly how it works. It's you can use all your favorite programming language to actually connect it. So will not come as any surprise that we're using Node for our connection. And also Shopify actually has pull it up here. I don't think it's actually built by Shopify. It's a Node package, an npm package called multi-pacify.
Mm. Today I learned. I'm going to look at that after the stream too.
Cool.
So I like that idea. So what you described, the node, so for the custom app node with Koa, that's included in the scaffolding for the Shopify app CLI, right?
It is.
So we'll be able to show off the Shopify app CLI.
There's also a full Shopify tutorial on shopify.dev on how to build a Shopify app with Node and React. So React powering the front end. I don't think we really need to worry about that right now. At some point, it would be actually cool to show how we use that. So we can have like an internal leaderboard, for example, or keeping track of how often people are redeeming points. So we can bring in a React front end and use Shopify Polaris, the design system, to pull in some of those pieces.
Or I was thinking for the episodes list, we'll probably be pulling from YouTube's API to pull in the latest episodes, and then we'll want to maybe add some additional stuff, or like we'll want to manage that listing of episodes, previous episodes. So maybe that, like, there's opportunity for some internal, like Shopify admin interface there.
Yeah.
On another note, okay, on the theme side, on the building side, there's so Tailwind CSS. This seems to be a pretty popular CSS library. Some are saying is it the next Bootstrap? Is it the, I don't know. I don't like
anything to be the next Bootstrap.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the sound. Maybe in terms of popularity. If they're just saying in popularity, fine.
If you're not familiar with Tailwind, though, it's basically a CSS framework that is built to really speed up your development. I'll link to it in the show notes.
Are you doing it?
I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're seeing a lot of we're like in the development community, we're seeing more and more people pick it up. And I also just came across, I think it was on Product Hunt, somebody's theme scaffolding that is built with it automatically incorporates Tailwind as a framework to build on top of. So it's pretty cool.
So I like the look of Tailwind. It's something I want to get my hands dirty with. Is it something that you want to get your hands dirty? Have you been able to get your hands dirty with it?
I haven't. So I would definitely be interested in getting my hands dirty with it.
What I really like about it is it's a common language that then can be configured. Like you can configure it with a config file. Let me see if I can find that, put it on screen. Like I'm thinking of themes, in that like themes come with presets. And if you could define that preset, like if that config file could be your theme settings, there's some stuff I want to explore there. Like what does this approach to Tailwind CSS look like on the Shopify platform?
Yeah.
Also, what if, because I know there's a build process. I'm just trying to find the UI. I know there's a build process for.
Are you trying to find Tailwind UI, you said?
Sorry?
What are you trying to find? You mentioned Tailwind UI, which is something different.
Yeah, I just want to let me find the config.
Okay.
Where's the getting started guide? Playground, documentation, browse components. Anyway, so there's a way, ultimately, the final production version of your style sheets are built out, and there is it's built based on a config. So I'm thinking like config is almost like your theme editor or like your theme settings, and then also it parses your HTML and we'll scrape out and like tree shake, get rid of any extra CSS.
Yeah. If you go to on the Tailwind docs on the left side under customization, you can take a look at how that configuration file works.
Customization there. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Beautiful. So there is that, and then there's also the way of including Tailwind CSS generating. Yeah, okay. This is what I was reading the other day. So when you include it, you can include it as required Tailwind. No. Give me a second here. Why do these docs look so different than what I... Okay, here we go. It's something like, because they have like a Tailwind or variants. They have something like this where it's Tailwind at Tailwind.
Yeah.
Point being is you import the different libraries that you want to use, and there's this whole build process with Tailwind. What if that build process lived on our app and was served via an app proxy? And so that whenever you make changes as you're developing your theme, you don't have, point being, you don't have any build tools locally on your theme. Mm-hmm. That you just work with these raw Tailwind CSS files, and come time that you want to preview it, your app will fetch those raw Tailwind CSS files, build them on demand, and then serve up that fully compiled. It can even pull. It will have assets API access, so it can even pull in like it can view your page, scrape out any extra CSS. I think there's some I have this feeling that we could do something really cool with like on-demand CSS building.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something we should dig into.
In a similar note to Skypack, and this is all coming from this. This is another thing that I was looking at over Christmas. Have you heard of Skypack before? Has anyone else seen Skypack? I
have not.
So this has been circulating inside Shopify. This idea, so Skypack it's an on-demand JavaScript bundling service that instead of bundling locally on your local dev machine, you can request a file, and that file can have imports from other libraries. And when you request that file, it's going to request all of its dependencies and bundle it up and serve it for you, fully compiled, ready to go. Huh. So again, this idea, there's no build tools that live on your device, on your computer. All of that is offloaded and optimized on this service.
Interesting.
So
I feel like I have to completely change the way I think through our build process by using these kinds of things. Like I just expect.
That's it.
Yeah.
And this, so like I've been going down this rabbit hole over the past month of this. There's a shift happening in the web development community where people are starting to realize, oh, all these like local build tools and all this configuration is just it's resulting in a really heavy developer experience that has all these different parts of it that you have to download, install, and get set up and run. What is this way of relying on kind of web native functionality? Like, how can we offload all this complexity to the service and just focus on regular bare files, no build like ideally as little build process, no build process possible.
It would make it so easy to onboard new developers or like third-party devs who happen to build on top of things as well, just because we have to integrate any third-party developer, like from another agency or freelancer coming in, they have to use our build process, or else things get overwritten and don't follow our, yeah, there's just a lot that happens with it. So,
and that's on that note, so it makes things simpler. So if you look at our shoppingpoints.com folder, ideally our theme is just the theme files. We don't have a source file, and we don't have a dist file or folder. Sorry, we don't have a source folder. We don't have a dist folder. We don't have a node. We won't even need a node modules folder. Maybe we don't even need to run npm install.
What is that like?
Right? What would this development environment look like where you literally just git clone onto your machine and you have theme kits or some like a really light CLI, global CLI installed that you're just syncing files essentially, and it just, you open it up and it works. So this is a
It
gut
sounds
feeling.
too good to be true.
That's it. I'm really interested to hear what I'm seeing. Let me look at the comments. David is saying, my only concern with using Tailwind for theme development is that we need to wait for liquid files to upload before seeing our changes. Whereas with typical CSS post CSS, we can use hot module replacement and see results instantly. I'm keen to actually give Tailwind a go on full build though. It might change my mind. Ooh, cool. Okay. So David's interested to see. Yeah, and that's where, so the other, on the other half of Skypack is Snowpack, which is kind of the local dev Snowpack JS.
Though it
It's
would be
made by the
awesome,
same
but I
people.
would not trust it. I love that. That's how I feel. I'm skeptical. It's like I said, it sounds too good to be true.
And that's, yeah, and it's a feeling. It's a feeling at this point. That's, I like, this is the stuff that I want to dig into though on this stream. Is like, what are some new, like what's new, what's experimental, and that's why I might have to do some digging outside of the stream, but at least I'm gonna try to come back here and like share and collect feedback and get people's thoughts on does this work, does this not work. So stay tuned for stuff like that too, if this at all piques your interest. There's I'm gonna say this is like targeted towards maybe some of the more advanced developers that are looking for to be involved in some of these conversations. So we're gonna have that mixed in with, I mean, we're building this store
Literally
from
building
scratch.
the store, exactly.
Which, speaking of, should we start building this store? I feel
Let's
like we've
start
been
building
talking.
this store. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know if people have seen, but our store
It
is
looks
kind
really
of,
good.
our store is really fast.
It is
It's
so fast.
really fast.
Really proud of it.
With our lowercase cart, our lowercase c cart. Yeah. Oh. So
So question,
that
are
note,
you guys going to use product metadata?
product as, I'm not sure which metadata we're going to be using for what in particular product made it. I know we want to be using metadata like for episodes and stuff like that, but that wouldn't be product metadata. That would be collection, maybe collection
Episodes like
metadata?
blog articles.
Oh yeah, blog, yeah, that's true. Each one could be a post, and
I mean, we
can
might find some use. Like for example, we could utilize, let's say, once you hit a certain threshold in points. Let's say you score 10,000 Shopify points, you are now a VIP, or you're like a platinum, or whatever we want to call it. And then you get access to new swag or new products that you didn't have access to before. We can use product tags and a customer tag to allow you to see what you are able to buy if there's something extra, or redeem, not buy.
You know, my mind instantly goes to like, what does this like VIP emblem look like? Like I need.
I'm just like, how can I build it? And you're like, let's make it pretty.
I want to make we need like a Shopee points. Like, what does a Shopee point look like? I want to see.
A good question. What is our site even going to look like?
We're working on it.
I want to say, like, I am not a designer. I can not draw anything. I don't design.
I started my career as a designer, but since joining Shopify, have been exclusively a developer. And after seeing what designers do at Shopify, don't consider myself at all a designer, and how much of the craft that they take to the next level than I ever have. Oh, we'll see. I don't. We're gonna be we want to be starting with HTML and then CS. Like we'll be starting with HTML. We'll be starting with Liquid ultimately first.
Yes.
So I mean, we want to get the structure of everything out, and maybe that's where we can start. And we can layer on the design. You know, it can be a prototype. We'll do a rough version live. Maybe if anyone's watching that feels confident in their design chops, we can get some iterative feedback as we go. Like, come on, line height there.
If we don't have like a hero image, we can use if we're generating product designs ourselves, like to go through Printful, for example, for fulfillment, we can use a service called placeit.net to generate images that we can use. So we can put like, it basically you upload your design and it shows like, maybe pull up the website so you can see it.
Yeah. What's it called,
It's
sorry?
like placeit.net, I believe.
Nice.
Yeah. So you upload an image, like your design, and then it's just placed on top of like videos or on top of like images, like whether you're selling a mug or like somebody holding a mug with your image on it or something like that. We can use this to generate like a hero image or a hero video if we wanted to do that. All kinds of fun stuff. There is a question. Shameless plug, any openings at Shopify? Final year student learning Shopify for over a year. Have an open source GitHub action for Shopify. Visit shopify.com/careers. I don't work for Shopify, but you do.
I would plug Frunkat. I don't know if you saw JML's tweet, but he has
2021.
JML is trying to do marketing, and yeah, 2021 we're gonna hire 2021 new engineers. So yeah,
The answer is yes.
It's the momentum. It's only picking up momentum. Yeah. So answer is yes. Yeah, you got a final year student. Look at the Shopify intern program, which there should be on the careers page. You should be able to access that. So you'll be going through the Shopify interns program. Typically, if you want, I like for this winter, it's closed. I think you're now looking at openings for next fall. Like September is when it would start. That you'd be going through interviews from now until, well, not now. Like the interviews happen sometime between now and April, something like that. Hope that's helpful, Frogad. Cool. So let's start building stuff. You did join my collaborator session?
I did. I am in there.
So let's open up the files here. Okay. Well, but of course, I'm just teasing people that we're going to actually start building things. But one thing before we start building that I want to show that I have installed on VS Code is this really cool new VS Code extension called Theme Check.
Ooh.
Brought to you by Shopify. It's a Shopify official VS Code. Is this our first official VS Code?
I think
plugin? So. Do we have anything else? I think CP is the first to breach this ground for Shopify. Thank you, CP.
Yeah, I see somebody else using the name Shopify, but I do not believe that's actually.
Well, this is a legitimate Shopify library. So this was thrown together by Marc Cognier, who I'm not sure if he's still in the stream. He was here earlier. It was a Hack Days project. I don't know if you remember I mentioned in December that we had Hack Days in December, which that's our internal hackathon where people stop what they're normally doing and work on any project that they really feel like working on. And this is a Hack Day success story. There was a really good video that I wish could be made public. Hey, yeah, Mark is still here. I wish Mark could share publicly, because I don't know if you've seen Power Thirst. If anyone in the audience has seen Power Thirst, this is like an old school E-Bombs Worlds viral video, like Flash video. He did a great replication of it. It had me in tears. Yeah, no, it had me in tears. And now we're seeing it. It's its own so let me pull up the if you're interested in looking at the code, or if you're interested in even contributing, it is open source. So let me do GitHub theme check Shopify. Let's see how the SEO is for this repo. Look at that.
I did the same thing.
There we go.
GitHub.
So I'll paste it here. I've got it open.
Cool.
Lots of yelling. Yeah. Theme check. So here's what the VS Code plugin is built on top of. There is another repo for the actual VS Code plugin, but it's essentially wrapping what is the core linter that is here. So going through, it's looking for lintex syntax errors, JSON syntax errors, missing snippets and section templates, unused assigns. This like beauty from JavaScript world that you're just used to having. Now you can make sure you can clean up all those old dirty assigns that you have laying around, not getting used. Unused snippet templates. It's going to tell you, hey, you got a snippet in here. You're not even using it.
Hey, remember that app you uninstalled 4 years ago? The theme code still exists.
It's still being loaded. It's still here. It's still slowing down your store. Hashtag ghost apps. We're calling those ghost apps.
They're ghost apps now.
They're
Okay.
ghost apps. Template length. Oh, so I'm wondering, does that like tell you if it's too long? I'll have to find out. Deprecated tags. Oh, that's really handy. Deprecated tags, for example, the snippets have gone from the include. You used to include snippets via the include tag, and now it's the render tag.
Yeah.
So if I were to let's do a little live example of that.
Now, using theme check. I mean, okay, I was gonna say because you can still include is still supported.
Yes.
So all themes that are still using include are absolutely going to continue to work and function just fine. It will yell at you if you try to use render and include in the same theme file.
Oh, really? Like
Yep.
when you upload?
Yeah, it throws an error. At least it used to.
Here, let me get liquid. Oh, so if I do include test right there. Now, when I tried this out, it did have a slight delay, a tiny little delay. It doesn't show up instantly. CPU is still doing the fine tune. There it is. There, see, okay. So now it says include is deprecated, convert it to render.
Nice.
And I love how, see, it's inline. So you have the inline feedback here, or you have the global feedback here at the bottom in your problems tab that you can see, okay, great. That in theme.liquid, we have an include. So if I were to change that to render,
and for those of you who don't use VS Code, install VS Code, just kidding. Use whatever you want to use. Theme Checker is also available on Vim and NeoVim and Sublime. And then there's something called Others. I'm just looking at the wiki on GitHub.
In the README?
There's a link for scroll towards the top of it. There, inside some code editors.
I wasn't even following the other supported browsers. So you can use ThemeCheck just in command line too. Like we last year we kind of ran through using ESLint in the command line. So that's great for CI. We'll probably at some point hook up ThemeCheck to our repo CI.
Max says that the delays due to scanning node modules that a fix is being worked on for that.
Okay. There you go. Yeah.
Node modules strikes again.
It's because how big is our node modules? It's I tried to clean, actually I haven't reinstalled it, and I don't want to run npm install given our history of bad things happening when I do that live. Do that after. Cool. Okay, so let's start developing. Let's start coding. Let's do it.
We'll just do some fun little things here because it is already almost 3. I know we got a 20-minute late start, but
yeah. Let's get the homepage in an okay state.
The question that says, is there a date at which include will be removed? I honestly don't think it's going to happen ever. Shopify is really good about supporting things as long as it's not like breaking the API or something like that. Shopify still has merchants who have separate mobile and desktop themes. So I'm pretty sure there would be a lot of really upset merchants if their site suddenly broke because include was no longer supported. So
yeah. So as Kelly's saying, basically, if we don't have an automatic way of migrating all existing stores off of it, then we're not going to get rid of it because we don't want to break stores.
Yeah.
But if you're kind of on the fence about, or like not wanting to use or not really knowing why render is there, it is around liquid performance. It kind of goes into include. Include has access to all of your liquid assignments, global liquid assignments. And so when it's rendered, it's a lot more costly to render a snippet included with the include tag because of all this additional scope that's included with it. Ultimately, what the render tag lets Liquid do is render this snippet in its own isolated scope. So you'll see that if you include a snippet with render, you don't have access to an assignment that you made inside the template that snippet's included in, or inside the layout, or
To me, that's
It's
kind of a downside of using render, because being able to pass variables into a snippet has been always really helpful.
you can still pass variables, so you can still let's go into this. This is just a fun little
Cool.
So if we do render, let's do the same as oh well, can't. Okay. Render test, and I'm gonna have to refresh. It's
I always assumed
wanna
it was
say
like comma and then the keyword.
my
Oh yeah, it's the other way. You can pass them into a render, but not out of the
render. Yes,
yeah.
so you can pass them in. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's right.
Sure has it. I'm gonna call you sure.
Product.
Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna copy Sure's example. You know, it makes me think of SNL's Californians. Sure. Sorry, I'm just doing a California.
Good job.
Yeah.
It's exactly how Californians sound, all of them.
Right, everyone from California sounds like that, man.
Just like you sound like every Canadian.
Eh? Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so that's how you would basically, instead of just providing the whole global scope to your snippet, you just have to pass things in manually. Which I think is fair, right? And that, like, I actually kind of like that, in that you know what your snippet has a defined kind of API interface layer around it. That's
it makes sense. Because also, like, it's like adding all of Bootstrap into your theme code or into your code when you only need like one small portion of it. It's just unnecessary.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's get. I was just doing a little header thing here. We get rid of this hello.
Wow, I worked really hard on that hello, and you just dump it.
Sorry, it's gone. And it's gone. So we get nav is still a there we go. Nav is still a thing. I'm forgetting the shortcut key to wrap. I remember there was a way of doing that you could wrap. Like if I have this highlighted, there's a shortcut that I can.
That is the one that I could never remember.
I can, yeah. I'm rusty on it. Descriptive HTML. What about? I wish there was logo. Right, you know, we could make it up. Everyone's HTML5 now, right? Do we want to do a classic div for the logo?
Sure.
And you know, so this is where I would look at. I really
also,
like how.
Can we do something?
Yeah.
Can we move all of this header stuff into a section called header?
Into a section called Yeah.
We actually don't have a sections directory on here. I'm adding it.
Okay, you add it.
Section. Oh nope, that's the wrong button.
I'll keep. I'm going to pluck
sections, and we're gonna call it header.liquid, and I have a handy cacher section starter.
So I'm gonna pluck. There's a really handy little kind of chunk of code that we use in all of our free themes, that like uses the store name by default for the title, or for the.
Oh, you mean like actual header? Okay, got it.
Yeah, inside the header.
So it's in it's going to be a regular section. We don't need blocks, so let's just type it out. Whoops. Have we built a section together on here?
We did a really basic one, I think.
Okay, so we have. Okay.
Yeah, because we did the announcement bar, or like the.
That's right.
The header bar, not the header bar, but like the announcement bar.
Okay. Should I be typing out the schema for this, or should I wait?
You can start typing it out. Here, I'll show that page while you're typing it out.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, let me follow. Okay, while I'm looking at something, I can follow you. There we go. There, so people can watch.
So you can see what I'm doing.
You can take the steering wheel. I'm just looking for a little snippet.
Header. Setting. Whoops, that's not a word. Settings. And type, image picker, ID, logo, label, oops, logo.
So you're doing a logo setting?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay.
We'll start there.
Yep.
We're not running theme watch on this right now. We have some spam.
We're not running. No, we're not. Do you have terminal access? Can you?
Oh yeah.
npm.
Nope, I'm read only.
Oh. Okay. All right. I don't know if this is gonna do. Yeah, it does. Cool.
Okay.
Let's push.
God, yours is so much faster than mine. I'm gonna switch to liquid because I know it'll reformat it. There we go.
And I'm going to pull in. I'm going to do a classic copy from a free theme move. And we'll clean this up. So one of my favorite ways of developing is using stuff that already exists in other themes.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna go section settings, logo. I'm just gonna
here I've got that here. Let me.
Oh, you have it? Okay.
Yep.
JK.
Let me.
Oh, that's what you copied. Okay.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna clean this because this is a beast.
Section settings, logo. That's good. That's good.
So we can get. Oh, let me stop following you.
Oh.
Okay, so we maybe just actually need. Let's just start with this anchor, which we can. Let's get the wrapper right now. It's some added complexity that we don't really need.
Yeah.
For this instant. So what we got here, we're wrapping whatever we have in an anchor. I'm gonna get rid of classes for now.
While you're doing that, we do have a question from.
Yes.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm seeing Harold AO, so I'm going to say that. Hi, is it possible to know why the theme checker extension is not supported as part of the partners program?
Could you elaborate, Harold?
It says
I'm not sure.
on GitHub that it's not supported by the partner program. Like it is in text on the website. Yeah, there we go. Right below the image disclaimer, this tool is not supported as part of the partners program.
I'm not sure what
Click back.
part of the I'm just trying to find oh yeah, okay, that's right. As part of the partners program. Mark is, maybe if Mark's still in the channel, maybe he can answer that. I'm not sure what it's referring to in as part of the partners program. Does that ring any bells for you? Like I'm not sure if this is a
I think it's not like literally a partner tool.
Yeah, the rules that this is enforcing maybe aren't you don't need to follow these in order to submit you can't submit a theme in the theme store right now, but another story. But I'm wondering there's no requirement that you adhere to these rules as a partner.
That's honestly
maybe?
probably it, because I've outside of Slate, it's never been super opinionated for how developers building on Shopify need to be coding.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's probably just try not to enforce the rules as an official checker. So I guess that makes sense.
Is the partner site down for you guys? I hope not.
Partners. Oh, that's not a word. Shopify. No, it's working just fine for me. Both the partners website and my
Twitch
partner
stream,
portal.
It's at Twitch stream Cupo. We're too high def. We're just taking over the internet.
That's it. Not it works on my machine, but it works on my machine.
Okay, so our little snippet here. So we've got an anchor that looks at the routes object and is going to bring you back to the homepage. We don't need this data attribute for now.
While we were talking about routes, that's actually a newer thing, the routes object. So I'm going to link to that in the comments, show notes. What are we calling these things? The chat. There we go. That's the word. Really useful, because it used to be that you had to hard code /account, and now you can use routes.account URL. So highly recommend learning what's available here and then using it.
I was just looking at those docs this morning. I was trying to figure out what are all the URL, like what's the URL patterns available in online stores, like /collections and /blogs and /account and /cart and
I have them all memorized if you just, want to ask me anytime.
/products. Keep going. I'll see if there's /numbers /checkout. That's the one that we don't want to use for me. Okay. Okay, let's run through this. Let's get this committed and we'll preview it just to make sure it's out. Let's read through it and make sure it looks good.
Okay.
So we got the anchor. So we have section settings logo does not equal blank, and that picks
that's
off
exactly what I named.
Yeah, your ID logo. So that's going to be looking for that, which will be and then source set. So here, is this using lazy sizes? This is not using loading lazy.
Loading
okay,
lazy.
This is using this is using just native lazy loading. Good. Lazy sizes yet at all. We'll try to not use it because that's another library. Let's try to stay away from extra libraries. Source. So here we're setting source set. I wonder if this is using. There was talk. No, it's not. Okay, so we have two sizes. We don't. I mean, it's a logo. We technically. Let's leave it for now. See how it happens.
Let's leave it for now. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Alts. Settings. So that is for the logo alts. That comes along because this logo is a picture item. You can set the alt text for the picture.
And
so
by you can, I mean you absolutely should.
You absolutely should.
You should always set alt text for all of the images on the page, and they should be descriptive, not just image or the product name. Describe the image.
Oh, I like Sure gave the comment on the curly bracket percentage dash versus curly bracket percentage,
which is used here.
Which is not. So we have inconsistent use here, and this is living in the Express. So by the way, I copied this from the Express theme.
Ooh.
And which is our most recently actively maintained theme. So we've got some inconsistency here in the liquid white spacing rule. Do we need it in the I'm not sure. I've never actually just used it in one tag like this.
I've never just used it in one either.
Yeah.
If I use it one place, I use it every place. Is it throwing any problems?
What do we got for problems? We got
just test that liquid's not used.
Test out liquid. Okay, let's get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. That was just for an example. Okay, cool. And then you added it section header. Cool.
Yep.
Let's get this.
I should have copied the customer accounts and I didn't.
Let me get that. Yeah, I'll get that in. Cool. If you can delete that white space that's left inside the email. Cool. So let's see if
we don't have a logo yet. You have to add it to the customer.
Not working on production either, so I need to go to online store because we are pushing to our unpublished kind of dev store dev theme right now. Which is which one?
Good question. What is the
let me get the ID.
I can look at it. Actually, no, let me look at it instead.
Okay, you look at it and tell me what the number tell me what the last three numbers are. It's probably the dev web components.
Yeah. Why don't I see it in here?
Config YAML. Theme ID.
I don't think I have it.
Here. I got it. So development is 640. It's the last one. That's weird that you can't see it though.
I think it's because it's not pushed up to GitHub. That one particular file, because it contains API information or the private app information. So you have to send that to me separately.
Okay, so it's this one. We don't have. So typically, actually, when you run watch, it should open it for you. No.
No, it does
No,
not. Mm-mm.
that's just Slate. I'm just used to working with good old Slate. There
Yep.
we go. Okay. So for people following along, we are going to be, I mean, for the first part of this, I would love to really focus on the HTML first. Like build this out, HTML, CSS, and then JavaScript if we need it. Like really emphasize the like if we need the JavaScript. I really want to see how far I want to see how far we can get with just HTML and CSS.
You know what's going to be really fun? Never using jQuery on this.
Never using jQuery. Yep, that's a hard rule. I would agree with that. Never using jQuery. I'm down. Actually, I was reading oh, something came through. It's still 86% of the web is still running jQuery.
Mhm.
It's still just like here we are talking about Skypack and Snowpack and Tailwind CSS, and everyone's still using jQuery.
I do have to wonder though how many of those websites have actually been updated in the past, say, 6 months.
Yeah. Well, it's like WordPress
Yeah.
websites that have been around for 3+
Exactly.
years.
And back when jQuery was like the thing to use, it made life so much easier for writing JavaScript.
Yep.
So it's gotten easier over time with the other tools that are available. Especially
And
with
the web
ES6.
has also, and CSS has caught up in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Like accordions.
Yeah.
You can now, can you do accordion? You like, we'll look at that. Slideshows. This is the hot topic. Like, you don't need JavaScript to do a slideshow anymore. I don't even know if we want a slideshow on our
You
website.
also no. I will die on this hill. We are not putting
Okay.
a slideshow on our website.
Yeah, good. That I was just gonna say. Contentious topic amongst design, like people who know the web. Yeah. Okay. Just before we wrap things up, so I did want to go back to the white space thing. So if you look here at our HTML that's served, look at all this white space around shoppingpoints.com. That's weird, right?
I wonder if there's anything we could do about that.
Is there something we can do about that? So what that white space is coming from our liquid templating. So basically, like, see this line end if this just doesn't get rendered and it results in an empty. And so it should, if I hit save, hit that update. There we go. Okay. Now it should. If I reload this, I really hope this works. Yeah, there we go. We still have a line break there. What? Oh, now do I want to be picky with the line break?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just do it. So if, oh, but then I have to like.
It's the A tag. Yeah.
Yeah. Do I have to?
Don't worry about it.
No. Okay. Okay. So you can't get perfect white space. I mean, ideally, maybe with our app,
if you just like shrink everything in, but we're not doing that. We want our
So
code to be
that's-
readable.
we can look at some custom app service sides. You can do the.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
shit.
you're absolutely right.
Let's see if that gets rid of the line break. Oh. See, this is the beauty of developing on Twitch. Thank you. Sure. Great. So we got the white space eliminated. We have a header, which here let's I mean, I keep saying let's just do one more thing. Oh, let me go to the theme editor here.
Are you adding in a logo?
Yeah. So here's the header. There we go. Look. So we included our section header. Select image. Oh geez. What type of image? I don't have an image ready.
I will.
Anyone have an image that they'd want to have as the logo for here that is appropriate? I'll just
go to placekitten.com, please, and download an image.
Place kitten.
Yep. There you go.
Oh, I need a landscape one.
You can even set in the dimensions that you want, like slash width slash height. How cool is that?
Okay, wait. I'm just gonna download this one because I don't think I can provide the. I think I need to upload an image, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Save.
I once launched a website like 4, 5. Oh wow, it was a long time ago. And I told the clients that their about page content needed to be updated before they went live, and they never updated it. And so I think for like a year after they launched, their about us page had a picture of a kitten as their faces. It was run by a site run by cats.
Can I just? Oh, I can.
Ta-da!
There we go. Yeah.
Best
Beautiful.
picture. It's the best logo ever.
There we go. Okay. So we've got.
Oh, before, can you go back? One more thing. Click
Yep.
on edit. On the logo.
Edit.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Add that alt text.
Oh yeah. Super cute kitty. Kind of looks like my kitty I used to have.
Please,
Sadie.
if you are working with merchants, tell them they need to add that alt text into the theme customizer when they're uploading images. It is very, very, very important for accessibility.
Very. And we'll try. Accessibility has been a very present topic around my time at Shopify. I have admittingly always had my teammates pioneer it more than myself. I will try to absorb their best practices and their lessons, and we'll rely on you as we go through this to make sure that we're at least covering our most basic of bases. But we'll definitely get into some ARIA tags and also like accessibility linting. I know Lighthouse has some. I'm forgetting the linter or the extension, the web extension. That anyway.
By the way, David says job done. We're done.
Shopping
points is now complete.
I agree. You know what? It's 10 times better than it was before we started.
I mean, cats make everything infinitely better. So yes.
Beautiful. Cool. So I think we're good for today. We made it online. Hopefully next time things go smoothly and we can start on time. Thanks for those that joined us 20 minutes late
and stuck around with us for 20 minutes later.
Yeah, 20 minutes late, 20 minutes starting late, and then 20 minutes ending late. We got the full hour in.
Yes, we did. Well, we will be back again next week at 2 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday.
Next week. Any last questions from anyone? Anyway, before we say goodbye? Last chance. Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'll give it a second because I know.
Here's your last chance to ask when Sections Everywhere is coming.
Actually, Liam asked this in the partner town hall announcement today. I saw this like, hey, what's up with Sections Everywhere? We got to build out this joke. It is a meme. Exactly. This is meme quality now. So we got to build out this meme.
Yep.
Got to find the image for it. Cool. Okay.
I have such a really great idea for the website. We're going to do it next week.
Okay. Stay tuned. That's how to end on a teaser. Well done.
That's right.
There you go.
Stay tuned for some more Sections Everywhere jokes.
Okay. See you, everyone.